Hey everybody, what's going on? Gigs here with Awaken Chaos Era. Today I'm going to show you the team that got us through the level 20 guild boss mission, and they did it on full auto. The gear is not really that crazy, and I realized after the run that one of my champs is not even all the way skilled up. So there's certainly room for improvement here on your end if you're stuck on guild boss. This is only for the green affinity for now. I'm going to continue to work on teams for each affinity. I would like to get a full auto team for each affinity so that I can put videos up for you guys on that. I want to give a shout out real quick to Spaker and McSneak in the Free to Be Elite Guild. They are the ones that were using this team. I definitely drew some inspiration from them. I appreciate those guys working on this and sharing this with the group. It's a very easy to obtain team. Obviously, it's all elites, and again, the gear and stuff is not that crazy. So I'm going to show you the run, and then we're going to come back and talk about it a little bit. I might talk over it too. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that yet, but either way, we'll talk about it after, and then I'll show you the gear on all the champs and how everybody's set up, and hopefully it will help you get through it on green affinity. And like I said, I'm going to do my best to get something done ASAP for the other affinities. So that's it. Let's take a look at the run, come back and talk about the champs. So there you go, full auto level 20, and they did it pretty handily, and that wasn't even really an optimized run. If you noticed at the beginning, Connor didn't land the defense down spell, so we didn't even come out of the gate with as much damage as we could have. What can happen there is sometimes you'll catch an unlucky crit, It's not super likely since you do have positive affinity there, but you can catch an unlucky crit and Zachary or Maluk will go down and it won't work out. On the first run I did actually, I let it finish, and I think I'll put the screenshot up here on the screen. I believe if I'm remembering correctly, we were like 300 damage away from level 20 on the first run. So then I changed the spells. Changed one of the spells and did it again, and they got through level 20 pretty easily, so worked out pretty well. I reckon it'll be pretty reliable, especially once I make a couple of minor improvements even. So the champ that wasn't skilled up was Maluk. He didn't have this 10% damage here and this 10% damage here, which on that first run would have made a big difference, right? That certainly would have netted us 300 more damage, so we weren't even fully optimized. But let's go through and take a look at everybody in the order that they appear here. We have our Zachary, who is obviously all the way skilled up, fully ascended. We do have his glyphs at level 5. We don't have them maxed, which is actually a surprise. I thought I did have his glyphs maxed, so we could have squeezed out a little more damage there. Maxing glyphs might seem daunting because sometimes you'll do your 10 runs and only get one. It's not really that bad, and the upside of it is that it leaves you with so much experience jelly. Like you won't really ever be hurting for experience jelly if you focus your glyph farming. I'll show you real quick. We have everybody at level 5 that we're using, and then like here I didn't even finish this glyph. There's another 100 attack we could have had that we didn't have on him. So you can see there's plenty of opportunities for you to improve on this team because his gear is also not crazy. But don't be freaked out by the fact that he's got max glyphs. It's really not that big of a deal. This is a completely free-to-play account, and I just glyph farm all day long almost sometimes, and I haven't run out of gems or anything yet, so it's not as daunting as it might seem. His gear. We do have it all at level 12. We've got an okay assassin set on him. As we go through and look at the rolls, you'll see we did not get lucky at all. I mean, maybe the health helped him stay alive a little bit, but here we completely dodged crit damage. Here we completely dodged crit damage. Here we completely dodged crit damage. We have attack boots on him. We have a crit damage ring, and we have an attack amulet. We have basically no crit damage on our subs, right? We have those single sub stats with no rolls. You can almost certainly find some crit damage rolls in your substats, right? You can almost certainly gear him out better than I have him geared out here. If we look at his total stats, it's really not that crazy, right? 2,800 attack. His crit rate can be low because of his trait. He gives himself 10% crit rate every turn, so he'll max his crit rate after a few turns in the fight. It's not really that big of a deal. If you can squeeze on some of the substats, that's great, but I would not sacrifice attack or crit damage for the cost of crit rate because he's going to take care of that himself. So don't worry about crit rate when you're gearing him, right? Just get the damage stats on him. He takes care of his own crit rate, especially in Guild Boss in a fight that's going to go on for a while anyway. Do not be concerned with his crit rate, okay? Not that big of a deal. And then again, I didn't have him fully skilled up. Which again, so between the glyph giving him 100 attack and then the 10% damage on both of his damage dealing skills, we would have easily had level 20 on the first run today as well. I reckon we'll hit level 20 every time we do it now because he's only going to get better from here. But that's it. Like I said, there's nothing really insane going on here. I put the assassin set on him to give him a chance of doing more damage to the main target. So I guess you could get super unlucky and this doesn't proc much. But I reckon at 50%, it's going to even out pretty well. So that's what Maluk looks like. Again, you can almost certainly build a better Maluk than I have currently. Zachary's wearing the warrior gear that we got from the campaign at a certain point. And it's got decent enough rolls, right? We got some pretty good crit rate on him. Again, just build him like a damage dealer. I think that's pretty straightforward. We can take a look at his main stats here as well. 3,200 attack, 88% crit rate, a little bit of crit damage. Not much going on here at all. Again, Zachary's just doing what Zachary does. He is all the way skilled up, and he doesn't have max glyphs, which was a surprise to me. I thought I did that already. Rog, I'm not sure if I'm going to do commentary over the run yet. So in case I don't, the reason Rog is so good in here, he also doesn't have max glyphs. I've been slipping, dude. Is because the boss is green. Everyone else on the team is fire, and this is the only place that Affinity seems to matter. I might have talked about this recently in another video, but this seems to be the only place where Affinity predicts what the enemy's going to do. So every time he does a single target attack, he'll target Rog, which keeps Maluk, Zachary, and Connor in the fight longer because they're all kind of squishy, right? So in this case, it's actually good to not go with a full affinity advantage team. Taking Rog in always pulls that single target attack. So not only does it pull the attack away from everybody else, but he gets punished every time he hits Rog, right? Because Rog has the counter attacks based on a percentage of his max HP. So Rog is amazing. I think even if you're not free to play, even if you're not doing the Elites Only challenge, it's worth building a Rog. He is such an insanely strong champ. I feel the same way about Charles. I feel like even if you've got all the legendaries and everything else going on, Charles and Rog are still so insanely strong that they're worth building on any account. So as far as his gear, just full Terra, right? Full HP percentage is all I'm really concerned about with him right now. Perhaps that'll change a little bit later on. If you wanted to get a little focus on him for other things so he can land his taunt, that's great. If you're only building for this, just stack the HP up as absolutely insanely high as you can get it, because the higher it is, the longer he stays alive, and the more he's able to punish the enemy when the enemy hits him, and then the more damage he's able to do with his A3 as well, right? So again, he doesn't have max glyphs, got his HP up. We'll take a look at his full stats here, 18,600 HP, no crit rate, no crit damage. I'm not sweating that too much. Again, and I didn't really focus too hard on him. He is all the way skilled up. Everybody else should be all the way skilled up. But that's Rog's role in the team, right? To pull the single target attack in and punish the boss every time he attacks. And then we've got Connor, who again is not really built that well. If we can reconnect here, we'll take a look at his setup. There we go. So again, his glyphs are not maxed yet either. We have him at level 5, but not maxed. His gear's only at level 9. This is another thing I could have done. I could have come in and taken all his gear up to level 12. Probably would have made this that much easier. But again, this is just a testament to the fact that this team works really well and you don't have to have anything crazy going on, right? This is not my main account where I've been farming stage 12 of all the dungeons and I've put stage 12 gear on all these elite champs and I'm saying, look at this only elite team. This is an account that I've not spent a dime. Everything I've gotten from in the game from playing free to play with only elites. So it's very obtainable. Most of you are going to be well beyond what this account is at right now, okay? But with Connor, I got a little bit of speed on him, and then we focus the attack so that his shield and his heal are pretty substantial. If you want to put some focus on him so he can land his defense down on his A1, that would be pretty handy. You'll notice too in the run, there's a few times where he tried to cast the defense down spell and got resisted. So if you want to avoid that, perhaps a little bit more focus is a good idea. We take a look at his full stats real quick. He's got 10,000 health, 1,800 attack. Again, not much going on here, really. Stuff is only at level 9. Very doable. He is all the way skilled up, and he's only at 3-star ascended. Some of you probably are in a situation where you might have a fully ascended Connor, which would only make him better, right? So like I said, I'm trying to emphasize that this is like bare bones, right? This is borderline bare bones. I do have these champs fully ascended, but again, this is just from playing the game with everything you can acquire simply by playing the game. Most of you are going to be in a better situation than I'm in currently to make this happen for the green guild boss. So that's it. That's the team. Again, full auto. Hopefully this helps you guys. Hopefully this makes that mission seem a little bit less daunting. Maybe if you've been stuck on it, hopefully this will give you some inspiration to get through it and get done. And like I said, I'm going to continue to work on the other affinities. And as I get teams put together that can auto the other affinities, I will get videos up on those as well, so that hopefully nobody feels like they're trapped on this mission, because this is, like I said, I feel like this is the biggest pain in the ass mission I've come across so far in this game. So that's it. Again, hope it helped. Let me know if you guys are using any different teams down below. I'd be very curious to hear what you guys are getting through this mission with, if you have, especially if you're doing it with elites only. But honestly, I'd be interested to hear what teams you're using, even if you are using legendaries and epics, because I feel like this is a mission for players of all levels, of all spending habits, where they hit this mission and kind of feel stuck for a little bit. So it'd be interesting to know what you guys are doing to get through it. So drop it below regardless. I'm very interested to know. And that's it. I'm going to get out of here. Hope it helped. Like the video if you liked the video and you got something out of it. Subscribe if you want to see more of what I'm doing. And that's it, man. Appreciate y'all. See you later.